Hey everyone. With Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 out in theaters, I figured it's a good time to update my ranking of the franchise. Now, as always, I will only be including the movies and not the TV show, although in this case it's partially because I've never actually seen the TV show. I'll get around to it at some point, but I haven't yet. As always, spoiler alert, I'll try to avoid spoilers for the new movie, but no promises. The first 6 are not safe. Starting off, at number 7 is Mission Impossible 2. This one gets a bad rep. Here's the thing. After the first movie, the studio or someone they asked Brian De Palma to come back, but he said no. So Tom Cruise decided he wanted to bring in a new director to make the sequel feel different. Enter John Woo. Unlike the first movie, which was full of secrets and surprises even from the audience, this one shows and tells you everything. While that does have its drawbacks, it also applies to the action, and the action is pretty damn great because you can see everything clearly. Sean Ambrose is the worst villain in the series, but he's not bad by any means, he's just the least nuanced. He's still perfectly fine. The acting is pretty solid, the writing is fine. I don't know how you pronounce her name, I'm gonna do my best. Thandie Newton? I don't know, I hope one of those is right. She is fine, she's not great, but you know, she's not awful. I'd say she's the weakest link in the cast. But, you know, she's still pretty good. My score is 3 out of 5. Number 6 is Mission Impossible 3. Whether you like the second movie or hate it, this one was a return to form. The mystery is back, the secrets and surprises are back, the cold open was one of the best cold opens in any movie, period.
3.
All right. I know where the rabbit's foot is. I can help you.
The way you helped me on the airplane? That way?
You put the gun down. I'm not talking to you like this.
That's your choice. 4.
The rabbit's foot's in Paris. You want to know where in Paris? Then let her go. Because you will
It's
never.
not in Paris. 5.
It's an excellent example of how to properly use the how we got here narrative device. The action is solid and the bridge attack stands out. The acting is great, and Philip Seymour Hoffman as Owen Davian is arguably the best villain in the franchise. The least fleshed out, but in this case that just makes him even more terrifying.
I mean, you saw what I did to your little blonde friend at the factory, right? Oh, that was nothing. That was fun. That's fun.
Out of the first 6 movies, Tom Cruise gives his best performance as Ethan Hunt in this movie. I haven't decided if his performance here is better than his performance in Dead Reckoning or not. Dead Reckoning is the closest he's come to that quality of acting, for this franchise anyway. So yeah, I have yet to decide on that, but out of the first 6 movies, this is Tom Cruise's best performance. And honestly, considering this is J.J. Abrams' feature directorial debut, he did a pretty damn good job. My score is 3.5 out of 5. Number 5 is Mission Impossible, the original. Look, this may not be the best movie in the franchise, but it's definitely the best Mission Impossible movie. It's the best spy movie. Brian De Palma made something special here, and it is a masterclass of visual storytelling.
The list Clinton stole was a decoy.
That's correct. The actual list is secure at Langley. Galitzin was a lightning rod. He was one of ours.
This whole operation was a mole hunt. This whole operation was a mole hunt.
Yeah. The mole's deep inside. And like you said, you survived.
The computer room scene is one of the most suspenseful scenes ever put to film while still being plot relevant, and the helicopter chase is just a ton of fun. There's a thing that makes its rounds on the internet every now and then. Pick a movie, keep one actor, everyone else gets replaced with Muppets. What are you choosing? And I think the first time I found it, the image was Evil Dead, with Ash being human and everyone else being Deadites. That would be fun, but my choice for that is this movie. Keep Vanessa Redgrave. Not Tom Cruise, Vanessa Redgrave as Max.
Who are you and what are you doing here?
I need $150,000.
Oh, really? And you thought if you simply showed up, I might give it to you?
I honestly think that would be a ton of fun. Especially seeing puppet Ethan Hunt descend from the ceiling in the computer room. And, you know, or the Muppets doing the helicopter chase at the end. That would be... oh, that would be so funny. Any CG artists out there, this is a challenge. Take footage from this movie, comp out all of the humans except for Vanessa Redgrave and replace them with lookalike Muppets. Anyway, my score is 4 out of 5. Number 4 is Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. I feel like Christopher McQuarrie was the last piece of the puzzle when it comes to making these movies. They got Cruise, they got Abrams, they got Bird, and now they got McQuarrie. With the exception of the car flipping end over end, looking at like some really spotty CGI, aside from that, this movie has some of the best action in the franchise. The plane scene at the beginning is amazing. The opera scene is just so well done. The underwater scene is insane, and the ending is just so satisfying. A literal glass box. Well, one of my favorite little details is the fact that, like, when Ilsa revives Ethan, his behavior after getting defibrillated is completely realistic. My score is 4.5 out of 5. Number 3 is Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. This movie is a small step down from Fallout, but that's not saying much. It's still an emotional and character-driven action flick with more of those insane stunts that Tom Cruise has become famous for.
Centrale, centrale, ci hanno rubato la macchina!
Who parks like that?
Grace, you gotta pull over. Grace, pull over. Listen, I'm trying to help you. Grace!
I love Haley Atwell in this movie. I don't know if her performance would be considered against type. I've really only seen her in the MCU, the Cinderella remake, Christopher Robin. So based on that, yeah, her performance here is pretty against type. Because she is a thief. She's not a spy. She's not 100% a good guy. She's a thief who gets roped into all this mayhem. They still have the solid humor from Fallout and Rogue Nation where, like, it's not MCU levels of humor where it's like, or it's not undercutting serious moments. Like the gag where Briggs, who is Shea Wiggum's character, he is with the IMF. He has been assigned to get Ethan Hunt. And he knows about the masks. So he keeps going up to people and checking to see if they're wearing a mask. They definitely have upped the stakes here, so I will give them credit for that. I just feel like as a cohesive whole, it's a small step down from Fallout. My score is 4.5 out of 5. Number 2 is Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. This is the one where technology fails, where every victory is also a loss. I love it. Brad Bird is primarily an animation director. This was his live-action debut, and he did a pretty damn good job. This movie doesn't really rely on scenes so much, it just has situations, each of which consists of multiple scenes. Each situation is unique from the others and awesome in its own way. The opening is thrilling. The hallway bit is like one of the most suspenseful scenes in the entire franchise. The climax is just the definition of tension. I love it. The acting is solid across the board. I wish more characters from this movie came back. I wish Agent Carter came back. Haha, no. Ethan scaling the Burj Khalifa. Just... especially if you saw that movie in IMAX like I did.
It's a sandstorm. That's a long way off, Ethan.
Shouldn't be a problem. 24 minutes to door knock.
Where's Ethan?
You gotta be kidding me.
I was 13 when this movie came out, and I saw that shit in IMAX, and it was amazing. And it still is. This movie is 12 years old, and that shit still holds up. My score is 5 out of 5. Finally, my number 1 is Mission Impossible Fallout. No 6th movie in any franchise has any right to be this great, much less the best in the series. Except you, Jason. You did good. The acting is great. The writing is probably Christopher McQuarrie's best. The twists are consistently surprising. The music is dope. The action is great. I love Ethan imagining attacking the cops to break out Lane and realizing he's gonna have to kill innocent people and he can't do that. The actual mission where he alters the plan and succeeds without killing any cops. Every chase scene, Ilsa versus Lane, Ethan versus Walker, but especially the bathroom fight. It's been 5 years, I'm gonna spoil this. We have this no-name character played by a famous stuntman who is supposed to be John Lark but is really just a decoy, so he's more or less a nobody, wiping the floor with both Walker and Ethan on his own. And literally would have killed them both if Ilsa hadn't shown up and just shot him. Because it doesn't matter how badass you are not bulletproof. Fire! Oh. Huh. Shut up, Krillin. The scene where Ethan has to choose between saving the cop and keeping his cover safe, fucking perfection. You have a little twist, a couple of them actually. You have a ticking clock when the third party is about to shoot the cop, and Ethan has a choice to make, and he makes that choice.
Vous devriez partir, s'il vous plaît. Vous devriez partir.
Zola wants a word with you.
Qu'est-ce qu'on fait d'elle? Achève-la.
Ça va aller. Ça va aller.
Je suis blessée par balle. Mais trop passif, je suis blessée.
Ça va aller.
My score is 5 out of 5. Hey everyone, what's your ranking? Let me know down in the comments. Like and subscribe and all that. If you don't like the video, tell me why, and try to be as constructive as possible. Subscribe anyway, so you'll be notified when I upload new videos, and when that happens, watch them and, you know, tell me why they suck, or where I've improved, or whatever the case may be. That's all for now. Stay safe in these crazy times. Tom, get down from there.